But let's move on. I talked about this when my internet went out, and like I said, it's getting to that 10 o'clock hour, so it may go out again. But um, as we talked about a couple days ago, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company was suing Pocket Pair, which makes Palworld, and people have brought up more information, but just to catch you all up, they are suing them because of a patent. They're giving a lawsuit because of a patent, and they say that they are infringing on this patent. Now, again, we talked about it surface level, but there was a person here who found what the patent was, and they said Nintendo was so infuriated Power wasn't able to be charged with design and copyright grounds. They created a patent for the game mechanic, pointing and aiming an item for launch, specifically just to sue Palworld. Nintendo fans are so stupid, they think it's for trademark infringement. So people, including myself, I thought they were suing them on the grounds of that they were copying the Pokemon. But this one is actually, this particular lawsuit is over a patent. And what is this patent? All right, so let's read it. This patent says, in a first mode, an aiming direction in a virtual space is determined based on a second operation input. And then player character is caused to launch in the aiming direction. An item that affects a field character is disposed on a field in the virtual space based on the third operation input. In a second mode, the aiming direction is determined based on that second operation input, and the player character is caused to launch in the aiming direction a fighting character that fights based on the third operation input. In layman's terms, they are suing Palworld because of the act of throwing a Pokeball to either catch a Pokemon or to bring a Pokemon out of the Pokeball. Y'all heard that right. They are suing Palworld because of the action of a character throwing a Pokeball to either catch a Pokemon or to bring a Pokemon out fight. You can't make this shit up. They said that it was filed on May the 2nd, 2024. It was filed on May the 2nd, 2024, and the publication date was August 22nd. So they are saying that Nintendo waited until this got approved and publicized, and then they waited a month. Now we're in September, and then they're like, all right, now we about to sue you because now we have grounds to do it. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Exactly, Jesse. There's so many games. So Nintendo, we already knew that they were petty. We already know they don't forget anything. They gonna sue your ass anytime they get. But this is probably one of the most pettiest I've ever seen them. Honestly, has to be one of the most pettiest things that I have seen from them. That's crazy. Leave Palworld alone. Like we mentioned before, I mean, we did say that there were 13,000 people. We looked on Steam DB and there were 13,000 people playing. So there's still an audience there. But again, as I mentioned before, it's lost a lot of its steam because I mean, it had 2 million concurrent people at its peak. Like the game was hot as fish grease, but when Helldivers 2 came out, it took a lot of its thunder, and that was the new hotness to go on. So that's wild though, man. That's wild. And somebody had, let me see if this was, there was another patent for it. Man, it's crazy, man. They really, well, somebody else who had like the actual, let me see if I can find it. They had like the actual like picture. Yeah, here you go. They had the pictures of like what the patent is, bro. Like if y'all see this, like you can see like the stick characters here, and like this is what they're saying that they filed the patent on. That's crazy, right? The act of throwing a freaking Pokeball or whatever you want to call it, a ball or something at a pocket monster or bringing the pocket monster out. That's some silly stuff, man. That's some silly stuff. But as I said before, man, it's a lot of Nintendo fans that surprisingly are like, look, I know that Palworld came out, and my favorite thing is Pokemon. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, but A lot of people are like, yo, Nintendo, like Palworld is doing something that you have not been able to do. You have not been able to innovate Pokemon in years. We want you to take what Palworld is doing and make a Pokemon game like that. People are not letting off their heads. They're saying, hey, you need to do this. Like, this is stupid. Why are you going after them when your games are shit? Shout out to Tony with the 23 months. Appreciate you. So I want to see where this goes, man. I want to see where this goes in court because this is just wild. Like, that's a crazy patent. People can make a patent for anything, and that's the wild thing. Now, whether it gets approved or not is a different story, but you can literally make a patent for anything. And if it gets approved, I mean, what can you do? You do technically have the grounds to sue. It may not be right, but you technically have it. That sucks. That sucks. Like, man. So yeah, so this could be one. Like I said, don't take this one as the main reason. But again, it's not just because of similarities between Pokemon and PALs. You know, they're talking about patents here. So I'm like, bro, for Nintendo to file this patent is pretty wild. That's pretty wild.